Hello guys, my name is David Fields and welcome to Field Skills. Today is installment number 5 in our basic survival series where we're going to talk about MacGyver Mentality. We all remember the TV show, especially those of us who are a little older, remember the 80s and MacGyver. MacGyver could create anything from duct tape, whatever he found along the way, and he could create any item that he needed to affect his survival in the TV show. And so we want to talk about having that mentality today, because survival is a mentality. It's a mindset that we have, and it's not just when we're in the woods or in a situation. That mindset begins when we're at home, when we're in town. It begins in preparation. We become a prepper, if you will, for those situations that are going to complicate our health and safety out there. So we're going to talk about becoming a MacGyver, having a Possum mentality, the Pathfinder School talks about, being a scavenger. So what is a MacGyver mentality, and what do we have there? Well, it's when we see something, we get it. In the pilot episode of MacGyver, one of the characters asked MacGyver about the satchel, the haversack that he had around, that he was carrying, and the character asked, what are you carrying in your bag? MacGyver said, the bag's not for what I carry, it's for what I find along the way. And that's what a MacGyver, a scavenger, a Possum mentality is all about. Finding things as we go that will help affect our survivability. But I mentioned that it happens in preparation, preparing for that before we ever leave. Scavenging, collecting, starts at home. It starts when we're in town. I've grabbed a few things that I just kind of collect and scavenge to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about here in having an urban scavenger mentality. Items right here, these little Ziploc bags. When you order equipment, a new VCR, anything there, you'll see a lot of times they'll have nuts and bolts, wires in small bags. You can find them at Hobby Lobby, I think. But just collecting these bags, why? They become very, very useful in organizing your kit, if you will. It's a great thing to scavenge. When you see one, pick it up. They come in very handy as you set up and develop your kit to use for various things, whether it's putting cotton balls soaked in Vaseline in them to seal them up. Doesn't make a mess, but they're available. Great idea, great item to scavenge, to collect before you ever go into the woods and developing your kit. I travel some with my work, stay in hotels. You know, I always use the hotel shampoo. I don't even remember where it was I found this, but I like these bottles. They're kind of a hard plastic bottle. It's green tea and willow cleansing shampoo was in it. When I finish, I throw them into my shaving kit that I carry with me. And when I get home, clean them out. What can I use them for? What can I MacGyver out of these? With my cook kit, I like to carry olive oil in there for cooking. If I'm planning to be hunting and want to kind of fry something or use some olive oil in it, great little container, put olive oil in, put into your cook kit through there. Anything liquid, great to go in here. Even spices could be used in there. I found these little things at Walmart. They're called I Go travel jars in a over by the little travel section where you get shampoo and toothpaste to go in your travel kit, the little small kinds. I found these. I think ladies maybe use them to put makeup in or something like that. Great little screw on tops. I picked up some of those. They come in various colors. I use them to put spices in, salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, to go into my cook kit again. Could use that for a lot of different things, but you see it out there. Maybe it's free, maybe it, cost a few cents, but you pick them up and you scavenge, you start collecting, start preparing for a situation that you can use those, and thinking the mindset of how could I use that thing in my kit in a survival situation. Back to traveling, staying in hotels, they always have these little bars of soap. This is stress relief facial soap. But maybe you want to throw a small bar of soap into your kit for hygiene when you're going to be out there for a few days to wash up. One of the great things you can do is take one of these little bags. We all use our soap up, and it comes down to a little bar smaller than this in our shower or around our bathtub, and we see those. Generally, we throw them in the trash can, get a brand new bar of soap because it's too small for us in our day-to-day use there, because it's gotten, down to just a little bit. What do? Throw it in a little bag. It becomes a hygiene item in your kit. Scavenging, using those resources you find along the way. It may be in your shower at home, but you find a resource you can use in your kit. I mentioned in our last video, talking about our kit, big lighters. I like the orange ones. Not that they light any better than the red ones or the black ones or the blue ones. I just pick up orange ones when I stop by the store. Why do I do that? Because I put orange in my kit, and I may have 3 or 4 in there. But when I go to the woods and I'm through, come back home and I've used that lighter, these lighters have very few lights in them. So when one's being used for out there and I've struck it several times, there are fewer and fewer lights in them left. I chunk it, pick up another one because I collect them. They're in my truck, they're at home, they're everywhere. I sometimes even buy the little small ones to go in as a redundant fire starting big lighter, maybe in my fire kit, my combustion kit that we talk about. Even fewer lights, but it is surefire. Those are things you scavenge, you collect. When you see it, you get it. Yeah, it may cost you a little bit, but we need the big lighters. So as you're around and you see them, pick them up and get them. Found these at Dollar General, little stainless steel dog bowls. They were on a clearance shelf there in a little plastic thing. 2 bowls in there. I think there were $1 for them. I thought, that's worth $1 just for the stainless steel. Now, what I'm going to MacGyver out of them, not sure yet, but neat little bowls. Possibly put them up there some way, make a small Dutch oven type thing out of it. I don't know. But when you see it, you think, because it's back to the mindset again. Being creative. What can I use that for in my kit that will help me in a survival situation? On that same shelf, I got a little bigger one. This was a single one, stainless steel dog bowl. Can be used for any type of container, eating plate, cooking plate. Through that can go into the kit. Again, I see it. How can I use it? Yeah, I could use that probably. I pick it up, I scavenging it. One of the things I scavenge regularly is I keep a Ziploc bag in my truck. I have a bad habit of stopping at Burger King on the way to work in the mornings a lot of time. Get me a sausage and biscuit off the dollar menu. Every time I pull through, they say you want strawberry or grape jelly. I don't like jelly on my sausage and biscuits, but I always say strawberry or grape. In the Ziploc bag, I throw it in. What for? I'm planning to go to the woods, and I'm taking some ingredients to cook bannock out there. Bannock can be kind of dry if you don't sugar it, but you can make a nice dessert or breakfast biscuit out of it. Put a little jelly on it. What does that do? It goes into my cook kit when I go. It's scavenging that. You can scavenge, here's packets of soy sauce. I get it at our takeout Japanese place locally. Of course, ketchup you can get, salt, pepper, sugar. That's scavenging. That's MacGyvering. I see something I can use, I put it in my bag. It's for what I found along the way through that. So it's all a mindset of preparing and doing that, because you never know what you can use it for or when it could come in handy. And that's things that normally you would throw away if you didn't use them. Why not collect it? It may come in handy for you, and you keep it in your area where you store your things. You're planning for a camp out, you're going out for a day or two, hunting, whatever it may be. What I'm going to eat, I'm going to use some of those items that I've scavenged, I've picked up, I've MacGyvered along the way. One of our local restaurants here, it's a sandwich shop, has a great sweet tea. For you northern folks, come down south and we'll show you what real sweet tea is all about. But they have great sweet tea, but in their drinks they give these hard, good, strong, sturdy red straws. When I finish with my sweet tea or my diet drink or whatever it may be, I collect them, I save them. What I use them for, when I get to our combustion kit, I'll show you how I use these to stuff them with Vaseline soaked cotton in there and make little fire starters in there. Some of you may have seen folks do that on the web, but that's something you collect along the way as you go. So we talk about these various items and things. Oh, here's one I did. It's a piece of a leaf net that goes over a pool. Somebody was throwing away. I saw it. I cut a big section off of it. Took a little bank line. I wrapped it up into a circle here. Took a strand of bank line and kind of sewed it together to make a fish trap, I guess is what I use. I've got to experiment, go out and try it, see if it works. But if it does, it would make a very simple thing to throw into my bag, into my catch kit, as a way to secure fish or crayfish, anything that might be available out there. Like I said, I've still got to experiment, go out and try it, see how it works. But it's MacGyvered. That's what we did. We found something along the way and we made it into something that may be useful to us through that. So, you know, the mindset starts at home. It starts in town. It starts wherever you're at. Having that mindset of thinking about here's an item, what could I use that for in survival. One of the little things I enjoy doing when we're traveling with my family in the car, most of the time my wife's going to go to sleep on me if it's a relatively long trip. My daughter's going to be in the back seat with her iPad or iPod, and I'm driving along by myself. I play I Spy. What do I spy for? I'm just looking along the roads. Hey, there's cattails down there. It's a useful edible plant, medicinal plant through that. Fire tender, you know, just thinking, creating that mindset as you go along. You know, you look at an old barn on the side of the road or something, you look around there, hey, I could use that for this or that. If I were in an urban survival, I were bugging out somewhere, and you go along, what could you scavenge, find along the way through that. So it's just a game to occupy your time, but it's creating a mindset, an attitude of preparation for system. But we all talk about, when we get into the woods, having that same mindset, having to MacGyver things as we go, having our kit with us, or our haversack, some bag to collect things that we can use in our survival, in our to enhance our outdoor situation, our outdoor enjoyment. One of the things I like to do is just take a basic ditty bag, hook it onto my haversack. What is it? It's the bag. It's not for what I carry with me. It's for what I find along the way. Scavenging, collecting the cedar bark as we see it there. So we've got fire tinder ready to go when we need it, when we get ready to start a fire. Fat wood. Here in South Mississippi, pine timber is the main trees that we have out here. Our main industry in this area is sawmills, the timber industry. So a lot of pine. It's not a problem to find it. What's available when you've got a lot of pine? Fat wood. Finding a knot on a tree as you're in the woods, stopping, knocking a chunk off that knot. What's in there? The resins, the fat wood. Drop it into your bag. It's there and available for you when you go to make that next fire out there. MacGyvering, medicinal plants. What is that? It's MacGyvering medicine. You find them at plantain, the yarrow, the boneset, any number of plants that will help you. Trees as well, willow, black walnut, pine resin. You collect those things, you can make medicines. You MacGyver medicine. That ties back in to the triangle of survivability when we think about MacGyvering things. Having the knowledge, the skills, and the resources to MacGyver something. That's what it's all about. So it's a mindset again. Thinking and preparing to gain the knowledge when we're at home, when we're watching YouTube, when we're reading articles, reading books, learning, gaining knowledge. Like, MacGyver was, he was half, I guess, chemist, engineer, in what he could do through that. Well, we need to become expert in certain areas so that we have the knowledge and we can apply the skills with the resources to affect our survivability out there. So that's the whole premise of being a MacGyver. When we're in the woods, when we're in the town, when we're at home, finding the things that we can use, putting them in our bag, collecting them as we see them so that we can make what we need. One of the episodes, MacGyver, and I wrote a quote down here, he said, if you don't have the right equipment for the job, you just have to make it. So let's develop the mindset, the ingenuity, the creativity to create the things we need to affect the job we're facing in the woods out there. It's been kind of random thought, but I hope it spurs some thought in you to start thinking about these things, start collecting things, and having that thought process of how could I use that in my kit to affect my survivability. We're going to kind of change gears with our next episodes. Actually going to start a new series. In the last video we talked about my 10 C's of survivability. In the last 5 C's were kits. So we're going to start a series, a kit series, where I talk about my care kit, my combustion kit, my catch kit, video on my cook kit, and my comfort kit. And I just get a little more in detail of what those kits entail and how you can adapt those kits to your needs, to your preference out there. Storms blowing in here. It's been raining now for about 5 days around here, so I've been on my screen porch enjoying the nice cool breeze blowing in outside. But we're going to end this episode today as we have ended all of them with the quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, where he said, life is a journey, it's not a destination. So I ask you to join me next time as we journey to self-reliance in the great outdoors. Thank you.